color. Vibes.
Hiya! Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all my wonderful people filled with greatness! Before we get right straight into some new tomfoolery, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you're feeling great, and even if you're not feeling so great. So let's finally get started into Spirit Talk, the coziest visual novel you'll ever see. Thank you so much to all the developers, 2 of them, at Tortito Studios for giving me the key to this game. This is a pre-release because it's not coming out until this Monday, I believe. Yes, on June 8th. Also, I have been playing a couple chapters of Remembering Emily, and I can already tell this is going to get me in my whole feelings, you guys. So let's begin in English. Oh, and before we begin, let me change into my work outfit. Not forgetting the hat. So let's go ahead with the settings. The music is actually, I wonder if it carried over from the demo version. I'm not sure. All right, let's just go ahead and start it up. If you have seen the demos, you should know the basics, so it should follow the same formula. With the cat, yay! Ah. Hey, what do you think you're doing? Oh, it's fallen asleep. Well, when it wakes up, we'll have a serious talking. It's been a while since the last time I was at Mom's shop. If I hadn't lost my hat, I probably wouldn't have come back here for a long time. Never if it were up to Dad. Ah, here it is. Much better. I guess I left it here when I came with Dad to pick up some things when Mom... Whoa! The kitty is sound asleep. What's this parcel? I don't remember this being here. Was Dad storing something in the shop? Oh, there's a letter. Is it for me? This is Mom's handwriting. Hi, honey. I guess Dad will have given you this letter after I'm gone. I don't know how long it's been since my departure. You know Dad. Understand him. Everyone copes with things at their own pace. We didn't have much time to teach you everything I wanted to, but I hope you inherited the gift. In the box, you will find your great-great-grandmother's crystal ball. Give it a try. Love, Mom. That's from me as Julia. It seems that Dad wasn't ready yet. Mom always kept her great-great-grandmother's ball on her desk. It was her most precious treasure. And now I remember Mom sitting here in front of the ball. I don't know what she wants me to do with it. What should I do? I suppose... Hello, honey! Mom! So I see it's following the same format as the demo. But we're still going to go ahead and take it from the top, you guys. I knew you had the gift. I was sure of it. I thought I would never be able to do it. Honey, both your grandmothers and I have spent a long time practicing. We weren't able to do it as quickly as you did, and even less on the first try. I thought that you have managed to do what no witch in the family has ever achieved. So, will I be able to follow in your footsteps? Not only that, you might be the most promising of us all. But we can't waste time. What? When a witch reaches your age, she starts practicing with the gift. And you'll have to start performing my duties at the shop immediately. Do you mean I have to take over for you right now? Of course not, Julia. Not right now. Thank goodness. I thought that tomorrow. What do you mean tomorrow? First thing in the morning. But I'm not ready. You're the first person I've summoned. The learning process for which takes years, even decades. I don't know how long I'll be able to teach you, so we'll have to skip all the basics. We need you ready to go from the very first minute. So, you won't always be there when I summon you? Spirit Town is a city unlike any other. Outside this city, seeing a spirit like mine is a myth, a fantasy. Here, for some reason, spirits linger for a while after passing away. It could be a week, a month, or just a few days. The time we'll have to teach you everything is unknown, even for me. Then we have to hurry up. I knew you would get it. I'll start from the beginning. Our mission as witches of Spirit Town is quite simple. We make contact with people's loved ones so they can help them with matters only they can resolve. It seems pretty straightforward, but how do I summon them? Exactly as you have just done. You simply need to focus on helping that person with all your might. When you summoned me, you just thought that you wanted to see me with all your heart. It doesn't seem so simple then. I'm sure you'll be okay. Actually, we've already practiced this. How? When you were younger, we practiced one of the exercises Granny made me do when I first started training, but we turned it into a game. But I don't remember. Don't you remember when we used to play with your favorite doll? It's quite foggy. Well, let's take advantage of that. Of what? That I don't remember? Exactly. Besides, summoning the spirits of family members and friends of those in need, you will also have to learn how to cast spells to help with their problems. I remember that most of the time you were in the back room preparing all kinds of things. In addition to summoning spirits, we have many other abilities. Let's create a spell to help you remember the game we used to play when you were little. Okay. The remembering game. Let's get out what every witch should have. This is the cauldron where we will cast our spells. Is it normal for it to be steaming? My grandmother told me that your great-great-grandmother had cast a spell that it would always be ready, but she never told me how she did it. So the whole time the store was closed, the cauldron was steaming? Yes. Okay, let's get started. We don't have many ingredients right now, but we can manage with what we have. Let's cast a spell of forgotten knowledge. Will that help me remember? That's right. Sometimes they'll need a little extra help. That's what your spells are for. Go to the spell book on the table and find what you need to create the spell Forgotten Knowledge. All right. And this, what is it? What do you mean? This is not a recipe. Of course it is. Forgotten knowledge. You feel intellectual growth when glow reveals facts hidden beneath a layer of ancestral harmony. To protect our knowledge, all spells are explained in an unconventional way. So the words growth, glow, and harmony refer to the ingredients. Exactly. Now, you just have to look for those references in the ingredients and you'll get it in no time. Remember that you have explanations of all the ingredients in the spell book. As you can see and hear, you can learn everything about each kind of ingredient. Not only that, the recipe also indicates the correct order in which you have to add the ingredients. If you make a mistake before clicking the cook button, you can click on reset to remove all the ingredients you added to the cauldron. Now, let's get to work. All right. I should remember this from the demo, but y'all know, my memory, it ever fades. But I don't have dementia or anything, so don't play with me, y'all. Growth, glow, harmony. Growth, glow. This is the second one. So twilight, water, harmony. Growth, glow, harmony. So twilight, water, Cosmo. So emerald, water, Cosmo. Emerald, water, Cosmo. See? Hey, your girl getting it. Cook it on up. And I have created the Forgotten Knowledge. Congratulations, you have successfully cast your first spell. Anyway, don't worry if you can't always cast them yet. You're just starting, and we can't expect you to do what it took me years to learn. It doesn't seem too complicated, but I'll have to practice a lot to master it. That's what I wanted to hear. Now, what do we do? If you succeed in creating your spells, you won't have to do anything else. Is it already completed? When you cast a spell successfully, it takes effect immediately on the person you cast it on. But I don't remember anything. Give it a try. Well, I remember. Yes, I think I remember. We played in Grandma's garden with Goldilocks, my doll. You loved Goldilocks so much. Yes, I miss her. And do you remember what we used to play? You acted like Goldilocks was telling me about her daily life, and I had to try to help her in every way possible. Exactly. I used to do that with Granny all the time. What does it have to do with learning how to summon a spirit? It's very simple. You can only summon a spirit if you manage to form an emotional bond with it. That's why it was so easy with you. But this is not the norm. So you need to focus on each person who comes into the store. Listen to them carefully, understand them, and thus be able to form an emotional bond with the spirit you are going to summon. It seems quite difficult. That's why we can't waste any time. We need you to start immediately so that I can help you in any way I can. Anyway, I don't think anyone will show up tomorrow. Even I didn't know this was going to happen. Don't worry, I'll take care of that. How? You'll find out tomorrow. By the way, Mom, what about the cat? Do you have a cat? No, when I entered the store, a cat snuck in. Up until just now, it was sleeping on the couch. Well, it's clear that it's not here anymore. Anyway, I have a feeling this won't be the last time I'll see it around here. It liked that armchair a bit too much. I see you already have a coworker. It seems so. Go home, dear. Tomorrow will be your first official day as a witch in Spirit Town, so you'll need to be well rested. Our first day, October 24th. If someone had told me that I would see my mother again today, I wouldn't have believed a word of it. Much less than tomorrow would be my first day as a witch in Spirit Town. When I told Dad everything that had happened, he didn't know what to say. He should know better than anyone else that it's the only way for me to be close to Mom. Why doesn't he get it? The first day. At the end of the street is Mom's store. I suppose it's too late to run away, isn't it? Alright, same buttons. Nice. I like that. Walk, 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 walk. Hey, Julia! I already heard the news! From Harold. Good old Harold's Chicken. Hey, I remember. Hey, I need some Harold's Chicken from Chicago, y'all. Go ahead and mail me some of that. I want some fish too. Some catfish. So congratulations, Julia. Why? Let's just say that news travels fast around your mom's store. I don't know how, but I'm starting to figure it out. Since Cynthia left us, this city hasn't been the same without her help. Gosh darn golly, I'm glad you finally decided to continue your mother's work in her shop. Sorry, your store. It means a lot coming from you. I won't take up any more of your time. I suppose you'll need ingredients for your spells. Cynthia always asked me for herbs to make them. Do you know which ones she used to order? Of course I do. I've already sent you to the store for some things you're going to need for sure. Thank you. I can't wait to see Cynthia's Enchanted Corner open again. Is it the same thing? Oh, it's the same thing. Okay. Moving along. And then there's a lady down here, I believe. I know the guy at the drugstore. Okay. Do you know that too? I didn't mean to pry, young lass, but I guess I'm just eager to tell you. Welcome, colleague! Spirit Town is not the best place to keep secrets. Don't be upset. Yesterday afternoon, Lulu started spreading the word that Cynthia's daughter will be open in the store today. It was clear that if anyone would know before anyone else, it would be Lulu. You know her. She finds out everything. That's absolutely true. Moving along, walk, walk, walk to Lulu. I'm just gonna walk past. Bye-bye. Okay, I'll speak. Let me go back. I had the feeling that I would see you at your mother's store, Julia. And that feeling, is there any explanation for it? Maybe. Premonitions can come in many different ways. I don't have the powers that your mother or you have, but I can sometimes hear the spirits, as long as they have something important to tell me. Did my mother tell you? Yes, it wasn't many words, but she made it quite clear that I had to tell the whole town that you were starting to work at the store today. She seemed to be in a bit of a hurry. It's a long story. I'm glad you're continuing Cynthia's work. Spirit Town has been without spiritual guidance for too long. It seems so. My mother's influence seems to run deep. An indelible mark. The wind brings whispers of change. I like how they sound. But don't let your mother's footsteps predetermine your path. All right. Ew, I want a milkshake and a smoothie and some ice cream. Now here we are. Let's enter it on up. Cynthia's Enchanted Corner. I never thought I would follow in my mother's footsteps, but here I am. Is there a letter in the mailbox? Letter from the post office. Dear Julia, we are pleased to inform you that we have now registered your postal address in the local business database. From now on, your neighbors will know that your business has reopened and will be able to contact you by mail. Warm regards from Spirit Town Post Office. I'm starting to think that I was the last one to find out about all this. I guess I have to check the mailbox every day to see if there are any new orders. Today is the day. Am I nervous? Of course not. But that's for me. I'm alone. Who am I trying to fool? I'd better call Mom. Ready? I think so. Don't worry, I'll always be with you. If you need any help, pay attention. I'll whisper in your ear what you need to do. Won't I have to summon you with the ball? Your great-great-grandmother's crystal ball isn't magic, Julia. What did you say? To summon someone, it is easier to focus on something specific. The less spiritual connection you have with that person, the more focus you will need. In our case, it was helpful the first time, but now, actually, if you just want me to be by your side, I'll be there. I'm your mother. You can always count on me. But why do all witches in movies have a crystal ball? Well, one of your great-great-grandmother's clients worked in the film industry and liked it so much that he thought it was normal. Have you opened the box with the ingredients yet? Which box, Mom? The one at the entrance? Oh, I hadn't noticed. Everything I ordered is here. Great. We can replace all the ingredients with fresh ones. What do you mean? I left some instructions for Lulu in case this happened. I figured. Julia, I think a customer is arriving. I can see them through the window. See you later. Mom, don't leave me alone. Oh. Yep. So it looks like it's just following the same pattern of the demo. Ooh, excuse me. Hold on. Okay. Hello, good morning. My name is Edmund. Good morning. Is the store open? I read in the newspaper that it was the opening day, but it's all been very sudden. I suppose that's Lulu's doing too. Yes, it was sudden for everyone, but we are back in business. I'll make some tea and you can tell me what you need. How can I help you, Edmund? For several months now, my wife's favorite flower has been withering, and I don't know what to do. I don't know how. I went to the florist, to the plant nursery nearby, and no one could help me. But I'm really sad that I don't know what's going on with it. But I think... What? I know I just made it my own little verbiage to that. But hey, sometimes, you just gotta flow with what sounds right. So Julia says here, what? My wife Mary, she would know the answer for sure. Have you asked her? That's why I'm here. I was hoping to talk to her now that the store is up and running again. I understand. Mary was the gardener of the house. Not exactly. I was the one who took care of the plants, but this flower, it was Mary's greatest treasure. I was in charge of watering it, but she took care of everything else. Would it be possible to see her one more time to ask for her help? I can try. Give me a moment. Are you ready, Julia? Mom, don't make me more nervous. I'm concentrating. Mary! But Edmund! That's from Edmund. What did you do to my poor flower? That's why I came to see you. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, honey. Excuse my manners, dear. My name is Mary. Don't worry, you hadn't seen each other in a while. My name is Julia. Nice to meet you, sweetie. But I just couldn't believe what my eyes were seeing. My beautiful flower withered. Edmund came in very worried. He didn't know what else to do to make the flower as beautiful as it used to be. But you were the one who always watered it, honey. I know, but you took care of all the rest of its needs. I remember giving it something when it seemed weaker, but I can't quite remember what it was. The next day, the flower bloomed as radiant as ever. That's it. That could be the key. Do you have any idea what it could be? Unfortunately, I don't think so. Since the day I passed away, my memories are quite foggy. Yesterday, I learned a spell for this. Wait a moment. Let's get to work, y'all. Well, the time has come. Thank goodness we practiced this spell yesterday. Also, revise the spell book to make sure you have the correct one. Now that you have prepared the Forgotten Knowledge spell once, the exact recipe will appear in the spell book. Great! Remember that you have 3 attempts, so if you don't get it right at the first try, you will have 2 more chances. I won't interrupt you anymore. It's important for you to keep on learning. Learn from both successes and mistakes, as this is the only way you can become the great witch you are destined to be, and everybody wants to be great! Or even if not, you can strive to be the best you can be. Thank you, Mom. And I should know this by heart now. Forgotten Knowledge is some emeralds and some water and some cosmos. And cook it on up. I've just prepared the spell. Do you remember anything, Mary? I don't think so, dear. It's okay. I'm sure I can. Wait, Edmund, yes. I think I remember. When the flower looked its worst in the morning, I used to make a special fertilizer that my grandmother taught me. My grandmother used to tell me that if I prepared it with love, any flower would feel it, and the next morning it would be perfectly healthy again. That must be it. What was the recipe for that fertilizer? I kept it in my notebook next to the photos of our children. So we have the answer. Anyway, Edmund, I just remembered that it was helpful for specific moments, not a remedy to make it better in cases like this. So we have to keep looking for the answer? Have you continued watering it as usual? Well, what happened? Not exactly. Since you left, Alice and her husband have been coming over to help me. Oh, how is she? Alice is great, but all of them miss you. So, she's been the one watering it most of the time. She was always very responsible. She knew what the water does mean a lot. She knew what the flower meant to me. That's why I don't think that's what it was. Although, now that I think about it, what happened? Alice sometimes comes with our granddaughter, and I think she moved the flower and took it to the living room. But it's not bad either. Both the kitchen and the living room get plenty of sunlight, and they're well ventilated too. Catherine wanted the flower to be in the living room because she said she wanted to have you closer. I thought it was a good idea, and I didn't want to change her mind. My little girl. Catherine is your granddaughter, isn't she? Yes, she's very young, only 3 years old. She doesn't know why her grandmother doesn't come round anymore. What did you tell her, my poor thing? Alice told her that Grandma had to hurry off to heaven. If she wanted to talk to you, she just had to tell the flower everything she wanted you to know. Now I understand why I heard Catherine sometimes. I didn't know why I could hear her, but it's always a joy to hear her voice. Objects are plants in this case, such as this crystal ball, are not magical and do not contact our loved ones, but they do help us communicate with them. That's why you're so worried about the flower, isn't it, Edmund? I don't want Catherine to come home one day and think she can no longer talk to her grandmother. But maybe that's the problem, isn't it? Should I move the flower? It's the only thing that has changed. Maybe that's why it started to wither. I don't see why moving it should be a problem, but it seems to be the only solution. Of course, it's the only thing that can make sense. Let's try something. Move it to a different spot, and if the flower doesn't improve, come back and we'll look for a different solution together. I can't think of anything else, Edmund. It seems reasonable. Tell Catherine that Grandma prefers the flower to be in the kitchen. And what do I tell her if she asks me why? Granny remembers when we used to bake cookies together, and she would like to be with her when she bakes them again in the kitchen with Mom. Do you like cookies, Julia? Of course. Who doesn't love homemade cookies? Hetman, could you ask Alice to bake some cookies with Catherine if you have to come back here? Of course. I'm sure they'll love the idea. Thinking on an empty stomach is not usually as effective as when you are eating some cookies. I couldn't agree more. See you later, Edmund. Thanks for helping me, sweetheart, as always. I think I have work to do. Thank you for everything, Julia. If you need more help, you know where the store is. Our first successful customer. Yay. It hasn't been that bad, has it? When Edmund came in, I didn't understand anything he was saying, but little by little I began to grasp the situation. The key to this work is understanding those who come asking for help. Sometimes you will be able to help them, and sometimes you won't. I suspect that in Edmund's case, this won't be his last time here. I hope he comes by with Mary's radiant flower. I'm sure we'll find out in a few days. By the way, tell me, Mom, did you talk to your father about all this? Yes, very quickly. What did he say when he found out you were coming to the store for the first day today? Well, he didn't say much. He simply said that if that was what I wanted, I should do it. I'm glad he took it well. After telling me that, he simply took a sip of the warm milk he drinks before going to bed and went to sleep without a hug or a smile. You know you have to be patient with him. Going through that isn't easy. It isn't easy for me either, Mom. Well, your case is a bit different. I'm off. It looks like we're going to have a really busy day today. Oh, Paul. Oh, I remember him. This is the story that got me, y'all. If you checked out the demo, then you should already know. Hold on. Let me take my little sip. My potion drink. All right. Hello, my name is Paul. Is this Cynthia's Enchanted Corner? Exactly. Nice to meet you. My name is Julia. Oh, I thought your name was Cynthia. Cynthia was my mother. Now I have taken her place. Now everything makes more sense. How can I help you? I don't know if you can help me, but we could try. I've got nothing to lose. Of course. When we were little, my brother and I entertained ourselves by composing songs of all kinds. We became teenagers and decided to create a demo tape to become rock stars. Sounds great. We were really excited and worked very hard to get a demo that would convince a record company. But when we were writing the last song, Alex, my brother, had an accident. Since his passing, I have been trying to finish the last song we were writing, but he was the creative one of the two of us. Could you help me? But I don't know anything about music. I was wondering if it would be possible to ask Alex, my brother, for advice. Yes, of course, but tell me, what do you need? I'm still new to this, but spirits aren't usually available for very long to make contact with them. And you told me it was when you were teenagers. When did the accident happen? 20 years ago? Don't worry, it was nothing. I simply wanted to know if there was any possibility. Your brother meant a lot to you, didn't he? Alex was my best friend, although I realized that a bit too late. We're not aware of what we have until we lose it. My mother used to wake me up every morning singing a little song she had just made up. It doesn't sound too bad. No, but when they wake you up at 6 a.m. on a Saturday after getting up early all week to go to school, you see it from a different perspective. We miss the things that annoyed us more than we miss the things we thought made us happy with them. Shall we try? I can't wait. That's from me. Oh. That's from Paul. I'm sorry, Paul. Don't worry, it was just a silly thought. I saw that it was open again, and spirits do not choose how long to stay. So if a lot of time passes, it is quite likely that they have already left. I understand. Anyway, thank you very much. Thank you. I hope you have a better luck next time. And then the brother pops up. Ah! You scared me! I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. Didn't you call me? Are you Alex? Yes, have we met? Wait a minute, don't go! Your brother has just left. Paul! Paul, it seems that miracles exist. Alex, why are you still here? I don't really know. I really thought I had already left. It's been a long time. And he shouldn't have left you. You look very different. I bet you're still single. You haven't changed a bit, have you? Change is not something that happens very often in my situation. Well, what is so urgent that it can't wait a few decades to ask me? Do you remember that the last song on the demo? It's one of the few things I still remember clearly. The song that would make us stars. The best single of the record. Although we never finished it because of certain details. What about it? Since you passed away, I've been thinking of finishing it, but you didn't finish it, did you? It looks like that's why I haven't left yet. My unfinished business. Well, that's more a movie thing than something that happens in real life. Am I not being held here because of unfinished business? No, things are simpler than that. Simply one day you leave. So you won't chase me with the proton beam while I turn into a giant marshmallow that destroys the city? I'm afraid not. It would have been way funnier if that had been the case. So, better make the most of our time. What did you have in mind for the lyrics? That's why I'm here. I thought you could help me. Me? Help you? I'm just a handful of flying plasma. Is that what a ghost is? Is plasma? Flying plasma? What the heck? Alright, so you have already lived much more than I ever had, says Alex here. I'm sure you have way better ideas than we had during those times. You were the one who had the best ideas, the ones that ended up in the lyrics of the songs. Paul, I was the one who wrote down what we both composed. The emotion, the feelings, they were yours. I was simply, how can I put this? A translator? Exactly. But now, nothing has changed now, Paul. You've been through a lot. Your emotions have changed. Your life has changed. I'm sure you've tried to follow the song as we left it. How do you expect me to do it then? A song is born from a feeling, from emotion. How can you try to keep writing the same song with everything that happened? With everything you've been through since then? But that's what we wrote. I don't want to destroy what you wrote. That's impossible, Paul. I am part of you. You know that. Whatever you write will be as much yours as it is mine. That's from Paul. Let's do something. Tell me right now, what is the happiest moment you remember? When we sang as children together with Paul. What's going on? It's true. How can that be true? 1,000 years have passed since then. I'm sure you have hundreds of happier moments than that. Julia, do you have any of those spells Gandalf? Alright. Julia, do you have any of those spells Gandalf cast so my brother can be honest with himself? Well, the truth is, it's my first day. Let me take a look and I'll be right back. Let's get to work. Alright. Will Mom have a spell to remember a feeling? I guess remembering a happy moment shouldn't be that complicated, right? I should take a look at the spell book before I start throwing ingredients into the cauldron. So, a forgotten feeling. It's a happy moments. Forgotten knowledge. I'm thinking it's happy moments though. I forgot. I don't think it's... Man, it could be forgotten knowledge, but I don't know. I ain't gonna lie. Yes, I know. It's in the demo. I didn't get very far to re-equate myself with everything. Oh my gosh. I believe it was... I don't think it's that. A feeling. I would have thought it's happy moments though. Let's do happy moments. So, oops. So nostalgia, glow, and will. Nostalgia, glow, and then will. So Dahlia, water, ruby. So Dahlia, water, and ruby. Let's try this. Yeah, I remembered. Heck yeah. Let's see if this spell works. Is your mind clearer now? I think so. What is your happiest memory, Paul? Honestly, the day Matteo was born. Matteo is your nephew. That's from Alex. When I passed away, I lost track of time. And to hear that I'm an uncle. It's normal to get excited, Alex. You've just found out that your brother had a child. For you, it seems like yesterday when you were writing the song. To me, it still feels like it was yesterday. How old is he? He will be 6 in a couple of months. Don't tell me he was born around Christmas, right on the 25th. That's from Alex. Like you. Why did you lie then? Hey, I'm under too much pressure. So many questions. Were you really going to compare singing a few songs with me to the birth of your child? I suppose that since you left, I haven't been able to deal with my feelings very well. Well, it's kind of basic if you want to finish the song, Paul. You may be right. What do you mean, maybe? Of course I am. As always, you were trying to write a song like Paul did 20 years ago. A Paul who was not a father. Does that seem like a small change to you? It changes everything. Even today, I think that nothing else really matters much anymore. That's the Paul I remembered. The emotional Paul. The Paul from whom we drew the essence of all the songs we wrote. I don't think you need much more help, brother. You're right. As always. Thank you. What would you do without your older brother? You know I'm always here when you need me. And I will not break my promise, no matter how many silly things happen to me. Like being a spirit. Nonsense. See you later, Paul. Give Matteo my regards. You can count on it. I think we can say it has been a complete success. I couldn't agree more. Thank you, Julia. All of this has given me a lot to think about. And what to work on. I hope you stop by when you finish the song, because I would sure love to hear it. And if you still need to ask your brother something, you know where to find me. After 20 years, I suppose we have a little more time. Alex never knew when to leave parties. I guess this is kind of like that. See you later. Another success. I admit that I didn't think it was possible to summon a spirit that had been gone for so long. Of course, it's not normal. Your grandmother told me it was possible she could summon spirits who had passed away a long time ago. Could it be that having unfinished business is real? Alex hadn't finished his demo. If that were the case, there would be many more spirits in those circumstances. We all may have some unfinished business, but the reality is that after a while, no matter how many things we have pending, we simply leave. I suppose there is much to learn about the spirit world. I'm sure I'll be busy learning all about it when I leave. I hadn't noticed that someone was coming in. I'm leaving. And the cat. I could have swore that there was like a little girl that came in. They just got straight to the cat. Okay. You again? Meow from the cat. Would you like some food? I'm sorry, I don't have any cat food. Meow. Julia, it is looking at the crystal ball. Could it be? What do you think? Well, I guess animals are just like us, aren't they? I've never done anything like that, but I guess. Would you like to talk to someone? Meow, meow. Well, it seems like you do want to contact someone. I don't know how this will turn out, but... Oh! Are you this kitten's mother? Oh, cute meow meow from the mama cat. Okay, I guess you wanted to talk to your mom, didn't you, kitty? Meow meow from the black cat to his mother cat. Go ahead. More meow meow from the black cat. And a meow back from the mama cat. And a meow back from the black cat to the mama cat. And then a meow back from the mama cat to his baby kitten cat. That's so cute. Had this ever happened to you? For your first day, it hasn't been easy at all. I'm glad I was able to stay. Although, I see that you managed just fine. I still don't know how I did it. Someone's coming. Yeah, it must be the girl. See, I know one tripping. I thought she came before the cat though, so, you know, a little bit of twisty turd. So that's from this cutie pie. Hello. That's from her. What is your name? More dots from the little cutie pie. That kitten that has just left, is it yours? No. It came to see its mother. Wasn't it at home? No, its mother passed away and it wanted me to help to talk to her. Can you talk to people who have passed away? Sometimes, yes. What is your name? My name is Lucy. Nice to meet you, Lucy. I am Julia. Tell me, why did you come here? When my grandmother was sad, she would sometimes come here. Oh, I understand. You came to see my mother, who used to run the store. What happened to your mom? She also passed away, although lately I talk to her more than ever. May I speak with your mother? Well, of course. Mom, I hadn't called you yet. Julia, actually, until I actually leave, this shop is as much yours as it is mine. So, can you cover my shift for me? Don't be funny, you know what I mean. Lucy, this is my mother. Her name is Cynthia. This is Lucy. Hi, Lucy. I'm glad to be able to chat with you. Your grandmother told me a lot about you. Really? When you were born, she used to come here a lot to tell your grandfather everything you were doing. There were weeks she came by on a daily basis. When you lost your first tooth, your first day of kindergarten, your first Christmas, Your grandfather listened, memorized to everything she told him. You should be happy to have grandparents who love you so, so much. And I could talk to my grandmother? Sure, honey. Julia, you don't need to call her. I'll take care of it this time. Oh, I didn't know you could do that. I know the theory. It shouldn't be that complicated. I was talking to her a moment ago. When will she be back? I don't know. It's the first time we've done this. I don't think it will take long. Okay. Why do you want to see your grandmother? Do you miss her? My grandmother she is my best friend. She was a really special person, wasn't she? Yes! She understood me. She listened to me. What about your parents? I never met my dad and my mom. What's going on? My mom is always telling me what I can and cannot do. She doesn't talk to me. She doesn't know what I want to do. On the other hand, Grandma always talks to me. She's the only one who understands me. When my grandmother passed away, I also felt very lonely. Was she also your best friend? Yes, of course. My parents worked long hours, and my grandmother was the one who picked me up from daycare, cooked. She was always with me. I love her very much. So, do you feel lonely like me? You always miss those who leave, but that doesn't mean you're alone. When my grandmother passed away, I started coming to the store with my mother. When my father left work, he would pick me up here and we would walk around until my mother finished her shift at the store. We talked to Edgard, my great uncle who has a pharmacy nearby. We would go to Harold's flowers shop and the chicken shop too and buy a rose for my mother. My mother doesn't do that. When my grandmother passed away, it was difficult for everyone. I was little and I had to be taken care of. My grandmother was the one who could always be with me after school, and she helped my parents a lot. But my parents were always with me whenever it was possible. When my grandmother passed away, things were difficult for them at first. I didn't know that at the time. I understood it when I grew up. But soon, they managed to adapt to the new circumstances. My mother... No. Hello, dear. Has the cat got your tongue? I missed you, love. Granny! I thought I would never see you again. What are you talking about? Of course you were going to see me. I will always be with you, helping your mother take care of you. She doesn't listen to me like you do. Do you know who said the same thing, Lucy? That's from Lucy. Your mother. Grandparents and parents are like a scale in the lives of our grandchildren. Parents are the ones who have to teach them the rules, what you can and cannot do. Those who set the limits. Grandparents, we are the complete opposite. The ones who bake cookies with their grandchildren, and even though your mother isn't too happy about you eating too many, those who let them stay up late playing board games with their grandfather. But, so you are like Mom? Of course, Lucy, and I'm sure you'll be the same. But with you, I could talk about anything. The bullies at school, about homework. You even took me out after class sometimes to eat my favorite cake. But do you know where Mom was during all that time? Yes? Are you sure? I know she wasn't with me. She was working, Lucy. Like Julia, she is not with her father now because she is working at the store. My mom spent a long and a lot of time at the store because thanks to her being here, we were able to have our house and buy the clothes we wore. That's from Lucy. Shall we make a deal? What deal? Go home today and tell Mom to bake the cookies that Grandma used to make with you. But Mom never baked cookies with us. That's why you'll have to be the one to lead the recipe. Do you remember the ingredients? You always had them ready. I just threw them in. Remember the flavors, Lucy. Do you remember how you always tasted everything before mixing it in? Yes, they were... I think I can help you with that. Wait a second. Let's get to work. Forgotten flavors, I think. Yes. I'm sure I saw a perfect spell for this in Mom's book. If there's one spell that I had to cast, it's the one you have to prepare now. Have you come to help me prepare the spell? Julia, that would be cheating. I just like to see your progress. What a help. I remember using this spell all the time when I came back from eating something I had loved. That's how I wrote down the ingredients for making recipes at home. Wouldn't it have been easier to ask for the recipe? Where's the fun in that? Come on, don't delay any longer. I know. I'm already knowing the forgotten or familiar smell. Oh, dang, I thought it was forgotten taste. Oh, shoot. Oh, forgotten flavor, that's what it was. Subconscious and then energy. All right. So subconscious and energy. So the azurite and then energy. So this and then the oil. Okay, this and then the day oil. Was it day oil or night oil? Let's just do this. Let's cook it on up. Heck yeah, we got it all right. Are you done, Julia? I think so. Do you remember the flavors now? Now I remember them all. It's as if I were savoring them right now. What were they? Butter, sugar, yes, vanilla. And do you remember the ingredient you never tried? Flour? I see that with a little help from Julia, you've managed to remember everything. But why do I have to bake cookies with Mom? To remind her that you love her, to take care of her. But I'm the one who lost her. But I'm the one who lost her grandmother. She's the one who has to take care of me. But Lucy, she has lost her mother, the person who took care of her. How would you feel if that happened? I remind her that you love her, my dear. That you support her. I thought you would understand me. I want to be alone. Forgive her, Julia. She is still very young and does not know how to handle all this. I don't know how to cope with my mom passing away either. The unknown always saddens us, but it is what always drives us forward. Just yesterday, I didn't think I would be in the store continuing my mother's work. I am grateful to you for allowing me to see my granddaughter again. Do you mind if I come back here again? Of course, I would love for you to meet again. But she didn't seem very keen on the task. Don't worry, I know she'll be back. And I know she'll even bake cookies with my daughter. In the end, she always comes to her senses. She's exactly as I was as a child. A stubborn one. You two are really close, that's undeniable. When my son-in-law passed away, my my daughter and later Lucy had to support each other and everything. Anyway, I won't take up more of your time, Julia. Don't worry about it. I enjoyed talking to you. So did I, dear. I think it's getting late. Yes, I think so. Mom! Is that how you're going to show up from now on? Should I knock on the door? At around this time, I usually close the store. So, I guess I'll go home. For your first day, it's been very busy. This was a normal day for you when you were working? Well, there were all kinds of days, but I admit it was a good test to see if you were ready for all this. Well, you have passed with flying colors, that's for sure. I'm very tired. I think I'm going home now. Serving as a bridge between the spirit world and the world of the living is not something that consumes little energy. If you could give my regards to your father, I would appreciate it, even if he could come to see me. Yesterday, he didn't want to talk to me too much. Your father hasn't been able to recover from everything that happened yet. Not only that, now... Anyway, get some rest, honey. Good evening, Mom. October 25th. I didn't expect my first day to be so exhausting. I didn't know how much pressure Mom was under. When I talked to Dad about my first day, his face didn't change at all. Why isn't he proud of me for following in Mom's footsteps? But the strange thing is, I don't think he's angry with me. What's wrong with him? The next day, October 26th. I'm sure today won't be as complicated as yesterday. After all, it's no longer my first day. Walk, 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 walk. Welcome back, Julia. So glad to see you. Harold, may I ask you something? Of course. How can I help you, Julia? Can a flower wilt overnight without anyone changing anything? It could be. It depends. Is there a plant that's giving you trouble? Let's see. Let me save it up right here, y'all, because y'all know. Alright, they even got some slots, so let's save it right here just in case. Okay. Continue. It's happening to a friend of mine. Let's go down. Your friend certainly has a serious problem. Is it really that serious? If he's ruled everything out and it's still like that. Plants are just as complex as we are, Julia. Isn't that the truth? Alright, time to speak to my uncle, Edgar. How was your first day, Julia? To be honest, it was more complicated than I thought it would be. You didn't know how hard your mother's job was, did you? To be honest, I had no clue. Your mother had a great passion for what she did, but she knew it wasn't easy. What if I can't help everyone? I'm afraid I won't be able to fill her shoes. Yeah, what if I can't help everyone? That'll make me so sad. It's impossible to help everybody, Julia. But your mission is to give your best, but always within your limits. And I'm sure you'll be able to do great things. When I started working at the pharmacy, wait, can I still keep talking to him? When I started working at the pharmacy, I thought it would be impossible to understand everything. And how did you manage? With time, as you get older, you find out As you get older, you find out that most things are solved that way, with time. But Mom won't be there to help me. I don't know if that will be enough. Let's see. Right. But Mom won't be there to help me. You're wrong about that. Cynthia will always be by your side, even if you don't believe it. You really remind me of your mother during her first days. Is there still more? Okay, so wait, let me go back and speak to Harold, because he may have some more dialogue. Hey, what you got to say? Did I mess it up? All right. I already said that. So, what do you mean? Just like us, they feel too. So if a plan is not okay, despite everything else being the same, its real problem may be related to its feelings. I had no idea. It's not common knowledge, but it's completely true. Why do you think I always try to be cheerful in the shop? Feel free to ask me anything you need. And that's just like the experiment. You gotta say nice things about yourself, because you may wither away if you say negative things. And even I'm still learning to be positive, keep a positive mindset. Lulu, that garland won't hang itself. Lulu, how did you find the time to put an ad in the newspaper about the reopening? I have my ways, you know that. Yesterday, some customers came in precisely thanks to that. I'm glad to have contributed to the reopening. It was about time someone like you helped this town. Is this the only spirit shop in town? Your shop is a very special case. This service is free in the town. You know, your customers don't have to pay you anything. Yes, of course, I have a salary directly from the town hall. The town hall can only afford one shop of this kind in the town, and it has always been your family's. Only ours? As far as anyone knows, only the women in your family have had that gift. And then what else you got to say, Lulu? I would love to have your gift. It's something wonderful. What about you? Can't you do what I do? I am a mere amateur, Julia. Unfortunately, I don't have the ability to be the bridge between the spirit world and ours like you do. The bridge? Yes, like in those cartoons you like so much. I can only sense or even hear things on my own, but you are a catalyst for spirits to manifest. Right. Why didn't my mom tell me all this? Good question. She was always very protective. I suppose she didn't want to overwhelm you. Because of the responsibility? It could be. Julia, the new spiritual bridge. I like how that sounds. All right, let's move along. He's still making me want some smoothies, milkshakes, and ice cream. Time to get to work. Is there anything in the mailbox? No. Oh yeah, I see. I checked the mail. It seems someone has left the newspaper in my mailbox. Oh, is it the Paul tribute to local music bands? Right, are these Paul and Alex? Alex looks exactly the same, but it would be impossible for me to recognize Paul. Let's begin again. What a strange feeling. It feels like this has been my shop my whole life. It always has been, I guess, but I used to see it from a different perspective. I wasn't sure whether you'd inherit the gift, but it's clear you've managed to master it better than any of us. I didn't have much chance, unfortunately, but that doesn't take away from your merits. Are things between you and Dad better? I guess, but I'm not really sure. Yesterday we were talking about this and that, and I told him how my first day at this shop had gone. Then he stopped talking to me, and today he barely said good morning. He'll get there, Julia. But what does he have to get? You've managed to improve your spiritual abilities quite a lot, but you're still too young to understand certain things. But, Julia, you have a new customer. We'll continue later. Yay! Cuteness! Carol! Is it open? Yes, of course. I like the music. As soon as Carol came in, you just had that deep bass too. I like it. I love it. I love the music. I love the tracks on this game already. Hello. Hi. Name's Carol. Honestly, I'm not sure I'm in the right place. I'm desperate. What's the matter? You may have come to the right place. Yesterday, oh, I love it. Yesterday, my wife left home and I haven't heard from her since. Well, you might be right. I'm not sure how I can help you with that. I went to the police and they told me she's an adult woman and there are no real signs that anything out of the ordinary has happened, but did something happen that might have made her want to disappear? Well, yes. We were having a heated argument and at a certain point she decided to walk out. Oh, I see. When I told that to the police, they said it was a marital dispute and that unless there was some indication, they couldn't help me. I understand, but my specialty isn't exactly contacting those who are still with us. I know. I was told about your mother and what she did, and I'm aware it's not something conventional, but if something has happened to her, I'd rather know. I understand. We can give it a try if you want to. Are you ready? I am. Well, it's very strange. What's happening? I sense something, but I can't quite make out what it might be. What's wrong, Julia? Mom, it's as if I can contact Carol's wife, but I think she hasn't passed on yet. So how the heck am I getting in contact with her? Because now I'm getting confused about my own powers. It's not something usual, but it makes sense. Lily may be in an in-between state. Oh, she may be unconscious. Oh, she needs our help. See, the police need to help out. Is Lily in danger? It could be. That's why you may sense her faintly, since she hasn't crossed over to the other side yet. I understand. What's going on? I can sense Lily, but she hasn't passed on yet. That's good, I suppose. Not entirely. If I can sense her, it's because she's in a halfway place. Is Lily in danger? It might be. No. Or maybe because oh my gosh. Oh, so Carol says here, Lily! Carol, we don't have much time, Lily. Are you in danger? Where are you? I don't know. Who are you? My name is Julia, Lily. Carol came here because you've disappeared and we think you're in danger. In danger? Julia is Cynthia's daughter, the woman who contacted spirits. Does that mean? No, not yet, but we may not have much time. That's why we need you to focus so we can find you. What do you remember? I only remember our argument and maybe... What is it, Lily? Anything could help us focus. A smell. I don't remember it well, but I do remember I entered a place with a very strong smell. I think I can help you with that. I'm going to check if I have something that might help refresh Lily's memory. Please, Julia, it's vital. Let's get to work. Forgotten smell. I already know that one. Recalling a smell. I might have something in the spell book that could help us. All right. Forgotten spell. Oh, oops. So the silence is filled with a subtle harmony while the growth of an olfactory memory floods your senses. So silence, harmony, growth. Silence, harmony, growth. So the emeralds last. Silence. Silence. Okay, night oil. Silence. Oh, was it harmony? Oh, I forgot that quick. Yes, silence, harmony, growth. And then I forgot the ingredients. So that's the last one. And then harmony. I made that. So night oil, Cosmo, emerald. Night oil, Cosmo, emerald. All right. Night oil, Cosmo, emerald. Let's cook it on up. And a new spell created. I'm sure it will be easier for you to remember that smell now, Lily. I'm not sure. Focus, Lily. It smelled of lavender. Were you in a park? A garden? I'm not sure, but I don't think so. The smell of lavender was very strong. I can't quite understand how this can be of much help to us. When we argued, I left home, and shortly after leaving, I remember how that smell completely washed over me. It was a comforting feeling. It helped me clear my head. Is there anything else that might help us, Lily? Right now, we don't have much to help you with. Maybe a clock. A clock. Somehow, shortly after leaving home, a clock caught my eye, as if it were something familiar. I remember Lily! The connection with Lily is very weak. But does that mean, if that were the case, her connection would most likely have grown stronger? Lily is between two worlds. I suppose her consciousness right now is on the side closest to ours. I suppose that's good? That's what I think. Thank you, Julia. There's no time to waste. I know little, but I'll do my best to find out what happened. Good luck, and let me know what happens. I need to find out if this couple, if Lily is okay. I really need to know that. I don't remember days this busy in years. Isn't it usually like this? The usual cases are people who don't know how to sort out paperwork after a loved one has passed, a piece of advice, or they simply look for an excuse to see those who they miss. But contacting someone lost in this way? I can count on one hand how many times that has happened, even counting your grandmother's cases. I suppose fate, one way or another, wants to put me to the test. I'm grateful that at least it's with you to help me. Next customer, Edmund! Good afternoon, Julia. Hello again, Edmund. Any news about Mary's flower? Well, yes and no. Oh, what happened? I did what we discussed, and the plan is still the same. We better call Mary. Yes, please. Edmund! What are you doing here so soon? Why do you say that, Mary? I thought it would take you a few days to come back, since you need to take gardening slowly. It seems it does not work that way with your flower. The flower seems to keep getting worse, Mary. I see. But did you put the fertilizer on it yesterday? Yes, as soon as I got home, I looked for your notes and made it. The notes were behind this photo. Oh, I remember that day as if it were yesterday. So do I. That day, Julia, was the day we bought our house. Mary and I have been saving up to make the down payment, and we didn't have a single cent left in the bank. Well, a little something was left. Just enough to buy your flower. Oh, so did you buy the flower the same day you bought your home? Yes, a long time ago now. The first night we slept in the house, all we had was a mattress, a sheet my parents gave us, the flower, and each other. Those were times when we were very tight financially, and yet we had everything. I wouldn't change a single moment of those times. Neither would I, my love. That's from Edmund. That's from Mary. Well, what about the fertilizer? Yes, of course. I put it on at night as the note said, and in the morning just a few hours ago the flower was radiant. So the experiment really worked. Yes and no. During the night, I was very happy because I thought this was the solution. I got up, saw it looking radiant as it used to, and organized my day as usual over breakfast. But when I finished having breakfast, the flower was wilted again. That tells us that neither moving it nor the fertilizer are the solution. That's what I thought, and I preferred to come as soon as possible to talk to you, Mary. I see. And how did it go with your granddaughter? Of course. Did you see Catherine? I almost forgot. Those look, see, look, you already got me walking past the shop with smoothies, milkshakes, and ice cream, and now you putting cookies in my face. Not fair. Take one, Julia. I brought them for you. Thank you so much. I talked to Catherine and told her what you told me, Mary. And did my little one take it well? As I had to pick her up from nursery when I left yesterday, I told her everything on the way home. In the afternoon, we made the cookies and she was the one who put the flour in the kitchen. I thought that instead of waiting for our daughter to make the cookies with her, I thought it would be better if she baked with me. I understand, sweetheart. Catherine was beaming as if she were seeing you again. My sweet girl. She could feel you with her again. I suppose she took the cookies home when our daughter picked her up. There was no debate about that, I can guarantee you. Though I managed to save these ones I brought in. Why are you asking, Mary? Because during the night I felt her again. I heard her again. As I told you, objects have no special properties, but if we feel there is something that ties them to a loved one, it's a very powerful way of reaching them, as is the case with the flower. But the mystery remains the same. What is happening to the plant to make it like this? Just before the day I left, I remember you told me something about the plant. That you had done something. Well, yes. I thought... What did you think, Edmund? I'm not sure. I remember our daughter came to the hospital and told me to go home and rest. I didn't want to leave, but you know, Alice, few people can make her change her mind. I gave in, went home to shower, and came back to you at the hospital. And when I got home, I saw the plant and thought, I just can't quite figure out what was going through my head at that moment, to be honest. It wasn't an easy time. Don't worry, Edmund. If you'd like, I can take a look at my mother's spell book to see if there's anything that might help us.
We'd appreciate that very much, Julia.
Let's get to work. Is it possible to remember a thought you had in the past? I hope Mom wrote something about that in the book. Forgotten thoughts. Oh. Energy, clarity, subconscious. Energy, clarity. So that's last. Subconscious is the blue stone. Energy, clarity. So day oil, sunflower, stone. Day oil, sunflower, stone. Let's cook it on up. And new recipe for forgotten thoughts. Yeah. I think it was a success. Do you remember what you were thinking, Edmund? Oh, now my mind seems to be clearing up. When I got home and saw Mary's flower, I thought things could end differently. I felt, even if just for a moment, happy. Unfortunately, things turned out differently from how we had planned. I thought we could take that trip to Japan we had always dreamed of. Did you like Japanese culture? Mary was passionate about it. So am I. Soon I will be going there, and you all will be going with me through the eyes of greatness. I confess that above all, I wanted to visit Japan because of the food. Same here. Like, I be looking at the street vendors setting it up. I was just looking at some natto this morning. I love me some fish and I love me some rice. So I just feel like it's just my spirit country. Not saying I'm idealizing everything about it. I know it has I know it has what it has, but yeah, I just want to go for the food, for the anime, and hopefully I could take something back with me, a souvenir. I know they be strict with certain items, so yes. As Edmund says here, she would spend all day watching cooking recipes online about Japanese food. Mary was always a true queen of the kitchen. It was her great passion. When I stopped working at the restaurant, Edmund had to put up with tasting all the experiments I used to do at work. It was usually all delicious, but when you experimented with Japanese recipes and made them your own way, the result wasn't always the best. That's true. And yet, you never complained. I knew it made you happy. That's from Mary. That's from Edmund. And the flower, where did you take it when you were thinking about all that? I took the flower from the kitchen and brought it to the small garden behind the house. I had spent a long time at the hospital with Mary and I wanted to get a little sun. With the flower? I wanted to have Mary close to me, even if it was like that. I felt relaxed. Even for a moment, I felt happy. And the flower in the minutes that followed seemed to start shining more than usual. The flower was a little wilted after having neglected it so much since we had been at the hospital, but I think that was the moment it looked the most beautiful I had ever seen it. I assumed it was because of the sun at the moment. Of course, that might have been it. What do you mean, Mary? I don't understand what you mean either. The sun. Maybe after all that time at the hospital, the flower needed a little more sun, and that's why it looked a little better during that time. But I thought it was an indoor plant. Isn't that contradictory? I suppose everything has its limits. The poor thing has gone too long without our care, and now it needs it. Like a treatment or a therapy. Something like that. It does not make a lot of sense to me, but we don't have many more options either. I've just thought of something. Put the flower in the sun. Let's meet here in 2 days and see how the flower is doing then. If it's doing well, we can rest easy and we'll know what it needed. If it's not, then we'll keep looking for other options. That sounds like a fantastic idea, Julia.
Agreed. Then it's settled.
Indeed. See you in a couple days, darling. And to you, Julia, thank you again, dear. It's always a pleasure chatting with you both. It really is.
See you, Mary. Well, I suppose we have a date in 2 days.
That's right.
Thank you again. I hope we finally get to the bottom of all this.
I'm sure we will. Wait a moment. The one sitting by the door? Lucy, is that you? Why haven't you come in? Yep. First thing. Are those cookies? Edmund brought them. He made them with his granddaughter and wanted me to try them. Do you ask everyone who comes here to make cookies? I hadn't thought about that until now. Yesterday when you left, your grandmother and I were worried about you. I'm sorry. Don't worry, Lucy. Grandma! My mother taught you to do that, didn't she? Cynthia told me that if I sense my granddaughter around here, I shouldn't wait for you to summon me. That's what I thought. I'm sorry if I startled you. Don't worry. Lucy was talking about you yesterday. What did you say to Julia, Lucy? I'm sorry. You know, I will always forgive you, my darling. I talked to Mom. Did you bake the cookies? When I got home, I put all the ingredients I remembered on the table. Mom was very worried. She asked me where I had been, and I told her I came to see you. Didn't you tell her you had come to see me? No. Even though you live just 2 houses away, you know you can't do that, Lucy. I know. She gave me a hug and made me promise that if I came, I would tell her first. Well done. I told her what you told me, Grandma, and we baked the cookies. Did they turn out well? I guess. She told me that when she was little, she used to get mad at you. When your mom and I argued, which was quite often. Afterwards, she and I would start baking cookies. It was our way of remembering that no matter what happened, we loved each other. She told me that if she saw you making cookies, she would come over and help you without saying a word. When your mother finds it hard to express her feelings, she says nothing. She simply tries to show them in another way. And if her baking them, I did the same in silence. I know Mom loves me, but that's not enough. But it's a start. Do you understand your mother, Lucy? Love is many times caring for someone without ever fully understanding the other person. That's from Lucy. When we finished baking the cookies, she told me we could go to the village this weekend. What a great idea. But I don't want to go to the village. My things are here and I'm going to get so bored. Did you get angry when she said that? That's from Lucy. You can't keep getting angry all the time, Lucy. But your mother wants to go to the village to spend time with you. Isn't that what you wanted? Yes, but shall we make a deal again? Like last time? What deal? You were saying you were going to get bored in the village, weren't you? Yes! When your mother was little and we went to your great-grandmother's village house, your mother and I always used to play a game. What game? Your mother had a butterfly book that whenever we went to the village, we would take with us. We would play to see who could spot the most types of butterflies. That sounds like so much fun. I might have to do that because I love the butterfly house, especially at the zoo. And apparently there's another butterfly house out in Chesterfield. So yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out soon. So Julia says here, doesn't that sound appealing to you, Lucy? Yes, I guess. But right now, I can't remember where that book was. I know my daughter still keeps it at her house. Shall we take a look at my mother's spell book? Yes, please. So, Forgotten Thoughts, let's get to work. Julia, this spell you are about to cast is possibly the most important of all the ones in the book. Is it really that powerful? Very much so. Why? This spell was the only thing your father and I could use to find the odd socks. The odd socks when we did the laundry. Well, shoot, I need this spell too. Really? Now, Julia, that responsibility at home is yours. Well, it is really important that I learn to do this spell to find the lost socks. All right, so Forgotten Thoughts, maybe? I'm thinking it's Forgotten Thoughts. Yeah, so energy, clarity, subconscious. So, day, oil, sunflower. Is it that one? I'm thinking it's that one. Oh. Oof. Oil, sunflower. Say oil, sunflower. And then hopefully it's right. Let's cook it on up. No! No! Not cool. Oh my gosh. Lost item then. Silence, nostalgia, and will. So silence is that. Nostalgia is the dahlia. Ooh. And then the will. So night oil, dahlia, ruby. Night oil, dahlia, and then ruby. Ooh, I'm gonna be so upset. Yes! We gonna get it, y'all. He's gonna get it. Do you remember now? Well, I think so, actually. Lucy, do you remember where Mom keeps the old photos? Maybe. I'm not sure. Well, ask her. That's where she used to keep the butterfly book. Why with the old photos? When my daughter grew up, she used to keep photos there from when we went to the village. The book became a sort of album with so many photos tucked between its pages. And what do I do when I find it? Give it to Mom. She'll know what to do when you get to the village. But I never agreed to go to the village. But didn't you say you wanted to? None of you understand me! Run. I see that leaving without warning is going to become a habit. Don't worry, she's very young and she has to learn to face her feelings. I suppose so. Anyway, I understand she'll end up going to the village with her mother. Are you that sure? I wouldn't be surprised if my daughter has already prepared everything to leave even today. Today? My daughter usually has tomorrow off, so I don't think she'll want to wait until the weekend when it tends to be busier. We'll see what happens. Shall we meet again when my granddaughter gets back? Of course. It's always a pleasure. Lucy reminds me a lot of you, Julia. In which sense? In the sense of what is fair and what is not. Lucy thinks she is the one who deserves to be comforted.
the one who has truly lost a loved one. But Lucy doesn't do it out of selfishness. She simply doesn't understand that there are other people who are sad for the same reason she is, and that everyone carries their grief in the way they can. I don't know why you say that, Mom. You know Dad loves you, don't you? Yes, I know, but try talking to him and see what's going on with him. I wouldn't like to leave knowing things are still the same between you. I'll try, Mom. I know. It's getting late, Julia. Close the shop. That's enough for today. Oh, end of the day. October 26th. When I agreed to run Mom's shop, I never thought every day would be such a big challenge. Mom's work is not only hard, but I feel like I have too much responsibility, even more than what is expected of someone with my gift. I hope Dad eventually understands that this is something that goes beyond myself. I think I'm gonna save right here, just in case. Save it on up. Right here. Okay. Continue. Oh, there was one more part. So, are even beyond Mom. All right. So now we're on day 3 now. October 27, an unexpected return. And we're going to stop right here, you guys. I want to take it day by day. So I'll go ahead and go to the main menu. I'm not losing anything but one little sentence. So thank you all so much for tuning in to the pre-release of Talk of Spirits. I love it so much already. I thought this was going to make me super sad with day 2, but so far it has been just helping other people. Hopefully Edmund's flower is not wilted the next time, and hopefully Lucy gets along with her mom. Hopefully all of us get along with our moms, and hopefully Carol can find her wife Lily, and also hopefully Paul can write that song that he has been missing out on for the past 2 decades. And I feel like I'm missing out. Oh, the little cute cat. Yes, the cat needs to be reunited. Well, not reunited in that way. I don't want the cat to die, but hopefully it gets over its loneliness after losing their mama cat. So next up will of course be some more spirit talk, as well as Coffee Talk Tokyo will be coming up as well as Tavern Talk. I know all the talks will be coming at you soon. Resident Evil 4, also the Resident Evil 4 Atome Edition right above me, Mafia 1, the Definitive Edition, and don't think I forgot about Dark Souls. Not Dark Souls. Hey, I completely forgot about that. Don't think I forgot about Death Stranding 2, Chapter 3 will be coming at you eventually this month, as well as Ghost of Yote or Silent Hill F. But I'm working through my Resident Evil. You know, I just played the demo of Resident Evil 9 Requiem, which is like, hey, you release the game first and then the demo. But that's Capcom for you. You gotta love them. So, if you all love this as much as I did, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe with that little bell jingle turned on so you all stay tuned in, my wonderful people filled with greatness. Also, don't you dare forget to share this thing to someone you love or to someone you hate. Either which way, it'll help your girl out. And as always, much love, much peace, and catch you on the flip side.